Sup, Berserker here. Alright, so I'm gonna talk about some shit that I think is really fucking important and just needs to get fucking talked about. So, anybody who's ever been on the internet for more than 5 fucking minutes knows that there's good shit and bad shit on the internet. Well, same goes if you're talking about internet support groups, if that's on like Facebook or some website or some shit, doesn't really fucking matter. But there's good shit and bad shit. And figured we ought to talk about some of that, so, any of you out there who are looking to find one of these places, keep an eye out for the good shit and the bad shit, so you know what to go toward, what to avoid, and of course, individual mileage may vary and all that shit. So, first thing, good shit wise, any good, decent support group, doesn't matter what, is gonna actually be fucking supportive. And that means if you talk about your shit, people are gonna be there for you and they're gonna fucking listen. Now, that's a general thing for support groups and shit, but this is all gonna be general because, I'm not gonna go into the specifics of each fucking stupid support group. The second good thing to look for is support groups where you can actually have a goddamn disagreement with people, because, newsflash to anybody out there who gets all butthurt about it, it's a normal part of life to disagree about shit. People are gonna have conflicts. People are gonna disagree. Pretending they don't is stupid. So, as long as you're not calling each other names or being an asshole about it, you should be able to say, hey, I don't like what you had to say, or hey, I don't agree with this, and here's fucking why I don't agree with this, and not get your ass chewed by some mod. Third good thing to look for is a place where you feel like you're safe, Like, they're not just gonna let in any old fucking random asshole who thinks that, trauma survivors are interesting and fun to be around or some shit. That, that there's anonymity and, you're not just gonna have all of your personal shit blasted out onto the fucking internet. So, do your homework and shit. Make sure it's private. Alright, now for the bad shit. And, fuck, is there a lot of that if you go to the wrong places? So first one is people screenshotting other people's shit and then posting about it places. We don't want to fucking scare anybody off of support groups online or anything, but like in some of the less, I guess, well-run groups, this kind of shit happens. People take shit and they screenshot it and they share it like a fucking jackass. So, protect yourselves. Don't use your real name, that kind of shit. Make sure that your personal information and shit isn't going to get leaked out there. Second one is people who seem to only be in a fucking support group to take a shit on other people's day. Best thing to do with these assholes, block them. If the whole fucking group is majorly filled with them, leave. We've run into quite a few groups where they let people get away with being a giant dick to people all the fucking time. And nah, we ain't about that shit. So, if somebody's being an asshole to you, block them. If it's a problem in general, probably best to find a new group. Third one, moderators or admins who get a little too in their feelings about shit that you have to say. And what I mean when I say that is that, like, we've had people get all bent out of fucking shape and pissed off because we reported a comment somebody else made, and instead of just dealing with it and making a fucking decision, they said we were whining and we're just being kind of an asshole about the whole fucking thing. we left that support group for, obvious reasons. It wasn't exactly fucking supportive. But yeah, it can be a real shit show if you get into the wrong place. And another one we run into more than we'd like is the goddamn armchair diagnosing committee, who thinks that they know oh so fucking much about what you have going on in your fucking life and can diagnose you or tell you your diagnosis is wrong or any of that kind of shit over the internet. I don't give a shit if you're a fucking doctor or a goddamn brain surgeon or a rocket scientist. You ain't got any goddamn fucking qualification to be diagnosing any asshole that you never fucking met on the fucking internet. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. You can't diagnose a fucking stranger on the internet. Knock it the fuck off. If you think someone's making shit up or, might have something else going on, be like, hey, what you're saying sounds like this shit over here. You ever thought about that? Or have you looked into this? And, have you been checked for that? That's what you do. You don't go, oh, you have this thing and I know because I said so. That's just fucking stupid. Don't be that asshole. Please don't be that asshole. And last one is when it comes to, all of us people with extra people we share a brain case with. Don't be a shit to little kids, man. We have seen so many goddamn things online where people get shitty about how little kids in systems type. Don't be a dick. They're a kid. Of course some fucking kids can't spell right. Just because one system kid can spell right doesn't mean every fucking system kid can. Not everybody has all the same goddamn skills. It fucking depends on the fucking system. It's called individuality. Ever heard of it, assholes? Sorry, it fucking pisses me off. I don't like anybody who's mean to kids. Pisses me off. Fucking assholes. Yeah. So, don't. Just don't say shit about kids and the way they type. And if you're in a place and they're talking shit about the way you type or the way that the kids in your system type, that's not a place you want to be. That's a whole bunch of fucking red flags right there. So yeah, there's good shit and there's bad shit. You kind of gotta weigh it out, figure out what's best for you. But definitely avoid the bad shit wherever you can. Block people. It's a great fucking thing about the internet. You don't have to talk to anybody you don't fucking wanna. Alright. So that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say about it. So, peace.